Hello, this is Casey Truby with a simple 5-minute video on how the setup works when we bring in a new Delegation Magic user. Now, once you have ordered Delegation Magic, we do all the work in the background to put your dashboard in place. From one screen that you see here, you're going to be able to see what everybody in your company is doing, even off-site workers. Now, all paper in a business, and paper is the work, is divided into 3 categories in any business: production, marketing, finance, and administration. Everything that happens in your business falls into one of these 3 categories. So the first step is we just simply send you a simple organization chart so you can tell us who works for you and what they do. It's nothing more than a list of my employees. If you're a one-person business, use the chart anyway so we can start your growth off in an organized manner. So we take your organization chart with names and positions and we create the master dashboard where you can see exactly what's going on in your company. Next, we need to map workflow through the business cycle. Now, we'll do this for you on a couple of examples so your staff will know how to do it. Then your staff will take the 20% of all your production processes, the ones that make up 80% of what your company does, and they'll process it following our examples. But let's take an example of why this is so important if you expect to grow your company. Let's imagine that the salesperson brings in an order and then the sales manager has to approve it. It's sent to bookkeeping to collect the initial deposit and then over to production so we can start the production cycle. As soon as we start doing the work, we find out that there's missing information, so we go back to the customer and ask for an approval or fill in the blanks. The customer is then asked for the answers. They reply, the salesperson sends it back to production, and it goes back through the completed production process. Once the work is done, it's sent back to the salesperson for delivery. The salesperson then sends a note over to bookkeeping so we can collect the balance due. Now, those are a lot of processes in a business. Imagine how complicated this must look to your staff. Now, to you, it makes a lot of sense because you've done this so many times, you know exactly the way it's supposed to work. But our idea is to keep you out of the work. We want to keep you focused on customers. But this process leads to a lot of water cooler conversations. It leads to a lot of phone calls, notes tacked everywhere, but what it really leads to are a lot of friction points or breaks on your cash flow cycle. With Delegation Magic, you don't have bottlenecks in your production. After we have your red page set up, we'll simply ask you to send us a couple of examples of common work. Maybe a utility bill that needs to be paid. Maybe a simple cash sales receipt, or a complicated work in process with process billing. Hiring a new employee, that creates a lot of paperwork in a business. Send anything as an example, and what we will do is map the process through your workflow so you'll know exactly how it needs to be done. And we'll create a flow chart so that there's a track record of how you like things done in your business. The next time that particular paper or work comes in, your staff can simply click on the Help button and the flow chart will appear, and they know exactly how you want things done in this company. This leads you to a standardized operation with 25 to 50% lower back office cost. The next step is to click on the button called Order Form if you've not already signed up for Delegation Magic, and we'll show you the investment and how to get started. Or you may want to watch the 5-minute return on investment video and going paperless in a small business. Thank you. This is Casey Truby, the designer of Delegation Magic, along with Cosmic Technology, my technicians. Our team here works to keep your cash register ringing.